Tragedy in Guadalupe. Friday evening, there was a group of Christians celebrating a pre-Christmas event where a car rammed into them. Sadly, there are several deaths and many casualties, amongst them children. A terrible tragedy that just happened Friday night. I did not learn of this event until tonight, Saturday night, as I, as an observant Jew, does not look at the computers or telephones or news during the Sabbath day. But at the end of Sabbath day, I saw this blurb of news. It was just like a one-liner in some reporting agency. And I felt terrible that another ramming event happened, and where so many people were killed and hurt. And my hearts go out to them in Guadalupe. May God bless you. We don't know you. We have never met each other. But you were created by God in God's image. We are one. We should always be there for each other, no matter how many miles may separate us. I do not know much of the details of what happened there, but I am questioning how come it's not in the headlines of all of the main networks. Why isn't it headline news? Car ramming at Christmas event in Guadalupe. Why isn't it on the mainstream media? Something like this deserves the attention of the mainstream media. Is it because they were just Christians, so they weren't Muslims? They weren't Palestinians, so that's why it doesn't make it to the mainstream media? I'm not sure. But as I reflect on this terrible event, I think it's important for us, wherever you are, when you hear of a tragedy that happens in this world, no matter who they are, no matter what religion, no matter what race, color they are human beings. Tonight, so many families are in mourning, are in prayer. So many of the injured and those that are lost. For us, we may think to ourselves, we didn't even know what Guadalupe is. What does it make a difference to us? What happened there? So there's a car ramming there at a Christian event, and I'm sorry. That is not our response. We can no longer be apathetic and complacent and thinking that when something happens elsewhere, it doesn't affect us. We need to realize that we are in this world. We need to coexist with each other. We need to be codependent on each other. Each one of us were created by God for a specific purpose and in a specific space. Where you live is where God needs you to be. King David in Psalm 37 writes that God decides man's footsteps. God decides where you need to be. So wherever you're living, you need to realize that you are there for a purpose and a reason, and you have a mission in life. You weren't created and born just by chance or by accident, but rather you were born on purpose for a specific mission in this specific generation, in this decade, in this time of life. We are here in the 21st century for a specific reason. And every morning we must wake up and ask ourselves the same question: why are we here? What's our purpose? And not to just go through one day after the other in a routine, monotonous cycle, week after week, month after month, year after year, and what have we accomplished? But every day needs to be an accountable day. We need to cherish every minute. We need to cherish every moment. You look at the clock, you see the second the seconds handle move, the minutes, the hours. We need to realize time is the most valuable gift. It doesn't come back. Once time has left us, it's gone. And we have to ask ourselves a question: what have we done with the time that God has given us? We all want to live long. We all want to have meaningful life. It is up to us to make the life meaningful. And when we do that, God will give us the time. Life and death is in God's hands. It is us that makes the choices, that we have complete free will to decide how are we going to spend the time. So my prayers and thoughts are for our fellow human beings who are just tragically, just senselessly hurt, killed, maimed. There's still lots of speculation if this was deliberate or if this was accidental. Question is, don't they deserve world prayer? Why is it not in the headlines? Why isn't it being carried by the major networks? Shouldn't we here in America be aware? I just saw it from some Hindu newsletter. I just saw this article, and I'm just baffled. Why isn't this news? People are hurt. They could use our prayers. People died. Their families are suffering. Yes, this didn't happen in America. It happened in Guadeloupe, in some French territory. But they are still human beings. And we need to begin valuing the value of life of every single human being. The day you and I were born, God said the world can no longer exist without you. Do you realize that? The day you were born, God said the world can no longer exist without you, which means you have a purpose. Many of us don't realize how unique we are as an individual. Our fingerprints have never been here before, ever. And they will never be here again. These unique fingerprints are just unique to you. Just to really crystallize the message, how unique you are, and how perfect you are, how purposeful you are, and how God is counting on you to be His ambassador to make this world a better place and a greater place. So when you hear news of a tragedy that happened in Guadeloupe, it should pain you, it should ill you. You should say a prayer for those who are hurt and injured. I'm hoping at some point the major networks will start carrying it. You know, this day and age, you wonder why the neglect? Who picks and chooses what tragedies deserves prayers and acknowledgement? Which tragedies make it to the headlines? I'll never forget, right after the ceasefire in Gaza, within the next day, the Hamas terrorists lined up a group of Palestinians, shot and killed them in broad daylight, and they live streamed it. But no one spoke about it. It didn't make it to the major networks. This wasn't newsworthy. The next day, there was a group of Palestinians who breached the border into the yellow zone where the Israeli soldiers were. And the Israelis warned them with warning shots, everything possible, you're coming into the danger zone. You don't come here. They did everything possible, and they wouldn't listen. So Israel had to use fire to deter them. The next day, all over the newspapers, Israel firing at Palestinians. The double standard is so blatantly, it's so overt, that this has to stop. In conclusion, my condolences to those innocent lives that were lost Friday night at this Christmas event. To my fellow Christians in Guadeloupe, we are with you. We share your pain. We feel your pain. We're going to pray with you, for you, that you should heal from your losses, and those that are injured should have a complete, speedy recovery. And let's pray and hope that we no longer hear of any more tragedies anywhere in the world. But the world is all one. We depend on each other. we love each other, and we're going to do whatever we can to literally coexist in the most peaceful way possible. God bless you. God loves you.